Okay,
Yeah.
we're here again. Okay, so what was today's topic?
Is learning a new skill
Yeah, for us.
while being occupied doing the medical school stuff. The one
Yeah.
of the hardest degrees, if not the hardest ever.
Yeah, it's the hardest for a different reason, I think, from human medicine, right? Because in human medicine, at least you get paid at the end of the day.
And
Yeah.
it's just one species here.
Yeah,
Every
that's true
species
too.
but the human species we have to read.
Yeah, that's
And
also
our
true.
patients don't talk.
And the ones that do talk, they hate us.
Yeah.
They do not like us. Like you always have the joke that the dogs hate going to the vet. I think.
Yeah, the cats especially.
Yeah, but I think the owners
Yeah.
hate us equally as much. Oh well. I said more.
Yeah.
Am I still in frame? Yes, I am. Okay, so we're both learning kind of a skill as well. I mean, you're doing 3D modeling
Mm-hmm.
and designing. That's also a skill associated with that. You're also doing 3D modeling like physically, so you can see, you know how to do stuff. You know what's the flaws that you might run into
Yeah.
when you do a print, right? So that's maybe two, mostly one skill.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
then
are you doing?
learning. Oh God, the horrible music theory. It
Yeah.
sucked.
But why do you learn music theory? Like what?
Why to learn music theory? I mean, it's mostly because in at least in my family we play a lot of guitar. My dad does. He has
Mhm.
no idea what the hell he's doing.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
He just kind of hardwired it.
Okay.
He played a lot for a while, but then he stopped
Ah.
when he, I guess when he moved. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he stopped. And then he started picking it up again when I started learning it.
Mm.
And then, but I wanted to learn music theory so I can figure out what the hell the different things mean so I can
Mhm.
accelerate my learning. Because it takes a while to learn a song because you're just hardwiring it. It's kind of like memorizing a sequence
Mind
of.
muscle connection.
Yeah, my muscle connection is there, and also you're learning to do a specific act for the first time. So that would be like throwing a baseball. You're gonna suck for the first time, and it's
Yeah.
gonna take a while to throw a good ball. But it's also the fact that you're not sure what the hell you're playing. Like the sequence
Mm.
of events, the only way or reason you know how to do a hold, like a
Mhm.
specific grip, is because you've done it before, right? And a lot of the time it's a whole mess. So it's just learning some music theory will accelerate it, and figuring out like why the different notes make sense.
Mm.
So
So you are basically learning guitar.
so
You have to get the fundamentals of
music theory.
first, so that.
Well, not first. I would recommend not going into music theory first because
Ah.
you'll demotivate
Yeah.
yourself and not do anything if you do that.
Yeah.
So I would recommend if you're starting an instrument, because I've tried to make other people start with instruments and then
Mhm.
has been unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Is that one, you pick an instrument you want to play. That's very important. And then second is that you pick songs that you want to play. So you figure out a song you like, and you figure out an instrument you like, and then you
Mhm.
do stuff that you only like in the beginning,
Mm.
because you'll see like YouTube channels everywhere where
Mm.
it's just like, oh, you should start with music theory and scales and
Mm.
doing the standardized grips, so you know all the grips and where each
Mm.
note is. If you start with that, you'll give up instantly because
Yeah.
you'll just hate
That's
everything.
also the similar reason, right? Where many people hate math or most of the
Or working
education
out
system.
as well.
Yeah, because you basically are learning something, let's say calculus, integration, matrices, vectors. For you don't know where it will be applied. Why are you learning all these things? Stuff like abstract stuff like
Mm.
math, right? Like we hate it. But if you start teaching them some cool application, let's say how to run your own AI algorithm that
Yeah.
uses a pure matrix thing, integration, differentiation, probability, all of those things, it all makes sense why you need matrices in the first place. Okay, in
Yeah.
AI algorithm, if you just run one data point at a time. It will take years to train a AI model. But if you use matrices to do the same, you can parallelize multiple data points at the same time. So you cut down in time but teach the algorithm quicker. So you basically understand why matrices are there in the first place. But instead, if I was taught how to do matrices in the first place, you'll
Yeah.
suck. In
Yeah.
your case, your end goal, I guess, is like playing a cool song, or you coming up with your own original version
Yeah,
of
so
a
you
song.
can start making something.
So, and also, then you go back reverse engineer it, it's so much better, right?
Yeah, when you have the I guess yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because the reason you start with these things, so you should find an end goal, you see, and then you reverse engineer it. Like you said, that was a good idea.
Because speaking of that reverse engineering, right, I do the same thing. Okay, this summer 2024, I started learning Blender. The reason was I freaking bought this massive 3D printer for $1,000, and then I was like, it's like a forceful commitment. What the fuck have I done?
Yeah.
So I better learn how to design, because I kept on downloading cool models from online and printing, and then felt like shit, because I did not create that. Like, what is the
You just stole and printed. You're like, oh fuck
It's
yeah.
like, what is the point of printing other things, right? Having that skill of modeling something is like very powerful according to me. I felt very cool though. There's no meaning. I don't know why I do this. I like it. It's fun. I like making that. Even though it does not, I don't know why I have to do that.
Yeah.
So totally fine without that, right? I don't have to do that. But yeah, so I started learning Blender for 2 months from the wrong way, like what I was talking to Christian, like literally learning every single button, key, icon, tool, why it is there, what it will do. And then I hated it completely and completely almost gave up.
Yeah.
Then I did the other way around. I saw a cool Iron Man helmet, cool Mandalorian helmet. I wanted to make that. I don't know anything in design ever. I have never designed anything. I just saw a tutorial and the person was teaching in Fusion 360. I opened Fusion, install Fusion 360, start making the helmet just by following tutorial. I finished the entire helmet without knowing anything about Fusion. I only know Blender, which I almost forgot at that point, and I don't know anything about Fusion at all. So it's shocking that I was able to teach myself about so many tools by doing a project. Then I did a couple of other projects like chess coins, some other CAD designs, industrial parts. Okay, I tried to do by seeing more tutorials, and then other helmets. I slowly started learning these things, and then finally I had a chance to participate in a competition for Halloween. Which you guys can see in my YouTube channel. One of the first videos that you see.
Yeah, it's a short.
Yeah, it's a very short video, and also publishes a non-video and a short. It's for a Halloween contest created by Creality. So I made something completely original. Like I saw a lot of images online and then fused multiple ideas, and I came up with this idea of a design, a 3D printing decor. Maybe I can put the image here in this video as well. And so after I finished that, I uploaded it for that event. There were like thousands of entries that came. That was my first design. It took like 1 week or something when Christian went to Norway for visiting his family. So I spent that 1 week in between the podcast time for designing that, and then starting to print and then assemble stuff, change the tolerances, learn so many things in just 1 week though. And then I uploaded it, and then now this week I was told that I got like the 6th place out of all the 1,000 entries. Yeah, even though I'm a first time designer, I don't know anything about Fusion still. I basically just figuring out on the go, seeing. But the thing is, okay, some of the problems that I faced was I don't even know how to copy a part or a sketch in the 3D design, okay? I don't know how to copy or move. It's such a simple thing. Then I have to Google it. While I'm making a project, I Google that, and then I learn, okay, how to move, how to copy, how to duplicate, all the clone, all those things. Then it makes sense why that clone tool is there, why this shortcut exists, how to extrude, how to revolve, how to cut, how to slice, how to join, all these things. If I had learned the top-down way, the bottom up way, it would have sucked. Because I learned the top down way, because I'm trying to make this cool thing for the Halloween contest by my own original idea, I had so much motivation. I never had felt like giving up. It was so hard.
Yeah, because you wanted to finish the project.
Yeah,
You didn't want to learn
the
the
end
skill.
goal was rare, right? The end goal, like
Mm.
that thing working, a worm gear. I made a worm gear based design, which of course I'll send you the photo and the video as well in this video. You
Yeah.
guys can see. It was really cool though, because I combined mechanical engineering philosophies, fundamentals, and then
It's part of
a
it.
lot of failures also. You guys can see this failure piece that saved me at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot
So
about that.
so yeah, it was so magical though. Now
Mm.
I'm doing another project for Christmas the same way. I am starting to do. It has a bevel gear which I have never worked with. The previous project I had a worm gear for Halloween, which also I don't know anything. So this one has a bevel gear, standard spur gear, a
Yeah.
decoupling mechanism, a conveyor belt and a sprocket, and then a crankshaft with a single piston engine system. All of this in one fucking project. And I don't know anything about design, and I'm a medical student.
Yeah. So
Like,
you can
the irony is,
you can get more busier actually by doing that.
yeah.
So
So
you-
that's my story though.
Yeah. So you're kind of sacrificing a little bit from school, but you're used to it by now, right?
Yeah. At this point, like I'm in the university for almost 10 years at this point. So I am never worried about these exams, grades or something. I know enough to survive the exams, or I try to survive the exams. At the same time, my philosophy is do not let the system interfere in your way of education of life. Education is throughout the life, right? These systems, universities, colleges, schools, institutions are there, but they should not come in your way. So you make sure you have a healthy relationship. What I would say is be smarter. For all the tuition fees we pay, try to just pass the exams. Try to survive it. Whichever the subjects interest you or you feel is important, spend more time. Same time, have space for other things. You cannot just be one trick pony, because the rate at which the world is evolving, AI is coming so quickly, it can replace so many of white collar jobs, or maybe one day our jobs also, we don't know.
Yeah.
Already it's replacing the programming jobs already. Google says 25% of all its code is written by AI today. In 5 years it will probably be 50, or under 5 years, like,
Yeah, because it might be better and they can work all the time.
no breaks, no loss in efficiency, no
Yeah.
nothing. So yeah, that's my theory.
But so your reason for learning the skill is in order to have more stuff to pull from, on like a portfolio wise, or is it just to have something to enjoy?
Portfolio wise as well, but I have built a lot of portfolio, right? Like I do martial arts, I do memory training, I do other things as well, programming and other things. At this point, maybe I'm too old, I don't even care about portfolio anymore. Maybe it's good for you, this is your first degree. You are not just being just a veterinarian. You are so much more than that. You are a musician, or like amateur musician wanting to become a serious musician kind of, and then want to become good in calisthenics or gym or something, anything, running, I don't know. So you are more than just a veterinarian. 90% of people just to do vet school, party, they do other things and nothing else. So
And they
yeah.
go home. Yeah, but so but what's the reason you're learning it though?
It's fun.
Exactly. That's
It's
the
fun,
core of it.
it's powerful, it's cool for me. And I don't give a fuck about anything. It's so cool. Yeah, you see, that's what I think. But it paid out, Like the 3D printer costs like 700, 800 euros, close to $1,000 if you include all the expenses. Me getting 6th place will give me $100 reward, actually, $100.
100.
Yeah, if
It
I
wasn't
got
50.
5th place, it's 200.
Oh dang.
If I got 3rd place, it's like 300, 400. Like it just.
Oh, it scales quite
Yeah.
fast. Okay, I see. So, so eventually he'll pay it down.
Yeah, the point is I want to fucking take the money that I put in to.
So that's the end goal.
Yeah.
Goal is to pay off the entire thing by just committing to different kinds of like
And at the
challenges.
same time, in future, I don't know how it will help, but I have a strong belief that one day this will help. We are talking about the one of our last videos, please do check it out, is prosthetics in healthcare, $1 billion industry. The reason even we were able to think about it, because we both are interested in design. He's also learning a little bit of OnShape, which is another software.
Yeah.
And I am learning
CAD
this
program.
Fusion at this point. So we both can maybe help pets, scale down the cost. The biggest benefit of 3D printing is it eliminates the disrupts the traditional manufacturing processes. You don't need a warehouse or anything. Only when the order is placed, you start printing, and you don't need a mold, so the cost falls dramatically. To print a 3D printed prosthetics in this will take $10.
Yeah,
If
another
you
cup
order a
in a
mold and
day.
then they make specifically with you ABS plastic in a traditional manufacturing way, it will become thousands of dollars. Just think, like
Yeah, you can offer a cheaper option by doing that, so you can definitely have an
you can
advantage.
disrupt the thing completely. And
Yeah.
if it breaks, let's print again with better design.
Yeah, and you
Same
can bring
thing.
in some screws that you found. That's what's so good about veterinary medicine. You can improvise a lot more than you can in human medicine.
Yeah, bureaucracy and
Yeah, you
regulations.
can just like, okay, I found a solution. Let's use this kind of weird sprocket looking thing to support the
Yeah, especially in animals, pets,
leg.
companion animals, there's a lot of amputations. Right? I would imagine compared to human medicine, at least guessing.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single amputation yet, except one actually. I've
Okay.
been in one.
Mm.
So, but that was not for a
Or
clinic.
do you think it's more common in pets than humans? Do you think like that? I think like that though. I'm not saying it's a huge business or yet without doing the research. I'm saying it should be far more than the humans itself, I think.
I think euthanasia before.
How many humans are getting amputated, right? Like
I think
maybe
they would
accident.
amputate before they would, because in veterinary medicine they just get euthanasia, right? They just
I
euthanize.
mean, really, for all the time, like for
Because
small
it's a
animals.
lot cheaper, right? Than
Okay. I mean, that's very
cost.
yeah, dark
They bring
reality.
it down to
Yeah.
You'll notice a lot of the time. Some days you're just killing. That's
Yeah.
all you're doing. So that's a reality that people have to get comfortable with.
Imagine if this cheap alternative is there, and suppose the amputation is somewhat affordable.
Yeah, you can make it more affordable.
Yeah.
So the decision is instead of
one of the
euthanasia.
reasons, right? Why do you think they go for euthanasia than amputation? Because amputation is one cost, okay, and then the prosthetics is another 10 times the cost of the surgery.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So rather, if 3D printing, you basically have to only pay for amputation. This will be like what, $50 a piece, like
Yeah. You only have
custom
to,
made for your pet, whatever
and you
color
can
you
just
want.
come back.
For Christmas, you make a new version. I don't know.
You can make a fun leg.
Yeah. Christmas tree. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. So you can definitely use it though. So it's a useful skill though for
And
veterinary
we
medicine.
don't even know where and all it will be useful in the future, right? So like in your home stuff, just building out your home. I don't know, so just stuff.
Imagine if all your furniture was 3D printed. Everything is slightly uncomfortable to sit in.
I mean, even though it's such a trivial thing, like running a home, there are so many things that break. No? I can easily say this chair is broken,
Yeah,
the
it
door
is
is
broken.
broken. So many things are broken just by being there, 3D printing could really change the hinge, change the spring mechanism,
Yeah, like
there's chance to improve.
you can quickly come up with
The
something.
reason why I'm talking like this is because in Europe the labor cost is very high. To fix this chair might be costlier than buying a new one, or changing the door. It's somewhat very unsustainable, broken system, Labor cost is so high. So
You just buy a new chair
Yeah.
instead, which is better. Which is not better for the
the
environment.
environment. It's
Yeah.
not a sustainable thing to do, right? So 3D printing can really help though in so many ways, I'm telling you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the reasons you're learning it. You don't really know why, but the main reason is it's slightly useful. That's always in the back of your mind, but also it's fun.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, right? At this point in my age, I just look for something that gives me happiness. Because when I was at his age, like 22, 23ish, I was doing the same thing, learning new skills. I was learning stuff in Coursera, how to do soldering, how to create your own electric circuits, build sensors, fuse sensors, make a robot out of it, like a car.
How did you pay for it?
Asked money from my parents.
Okay. Mommy.
Yeah. But in India,
It
right,
can be
they
useful.
were fine with that because electronics are not as expensive as you might think. Maybe it's in Norway. You remember I was showing you a place in India, right? The street, Ritchie Street, Black.
Yeah, and you lived like right next to it or something.
I mean, like close by. So I mean, I can reach. It's in my city.
Yeah,
so,
but you can reach it within like
Half an hour,
half
yeah.
an hour even, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, it's a weird kind of privilege in a
Yeah,
way.
yeah. So
It's
the
like you're in,
electronics are cheaper. It's like
yeah, yeah.
not that
You're in
cheap though.
India, but you're also in the
Yeah,
electronic hub,
yeah.
kind of close to the electronic hub.
So in that way, I was able to do that. So see, the one more thing, right? Why you need to learn more skills? Like the most important thing, when I was doing my undergraduation, I was building these projects. Because of this, I ended up working in one of the top-notch research labs in India. Because of all these projects that I did, I was able to survive in two such big labs in the entire India. Okay, IIT Madras and IIT Delhi. Okay, one in self-driving cars, one in human medicine clinical wearables like pulse oximetry, SpO2 sensor,
Mm.
ECG, EKG, all those things I have done. I have learned to do from scratch, okay? Because of that, I got full scholarship for my masters at 24,000 euros. They were paying me to study. But
Oh wow.
all my friends with studied in better universities than I who studied in, more talented than me, had to take educational loan. For me,
Mm.
having done all these extracurricular activities gave me a portfolio, like
Yeah, so you can get the scholarship and then.
not that I aimed for. I do not know why I did those things. You see,
Yeah,
I
okay.
did it with a good intention. It never went away unnoticed. The
Mm.
same way with this 3D printing, right? Like I just learned to be a designer 2 months back. 2 months back, I don't know what the fuck is design. Now I'm sixth place among 1,000 entries. It's like what the fuck.
Yeah.
It is possible, right? Like you don't know what is the future holding. It's like a surprise, but you keep exploring, do whatever gives you happiness, provided it's something like an investment on you, like a skill. I think.
But was there any other skills that you kind of learned that you just kind
Never
of
use.
didn't never used or didn't get anything from it?
Okay, let me think though.
Mm.
If I think about it, actually, all the stuff that I have done, it has all come back to me.
Yeah, okay.
For example, I design circuits, right? Circuits, motherboards, fuse sensors, and do stuff. Now I work for Leibniz Institute of Zoo and Wildlife Research, Berlin. I try to build circuits for a wildlife conservation project. All the stuff that I did for simply for fun, now I'm doing it for a professional organization.
Oh yeah, the hedgehog thing or
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So, and then most of the stuff that I learned kind of always helped. Drone thing, maybe drone thing. I bought a bunch of drones. I know how to fly drones, how to build drones, how to fix drones. That's something. It's there. Maybe one day it will come in handy.
Yeah.
Could
One
be,
day you'll pay,
or for a
but
YouTube channel, maybe you can make some
if the
outros,
if the
intros.
goddamn app works,
Yeah, yeah,
because it doesn't work right now.
yeah. So yeah. Um, so I strongly believe whenever you do something
Like a
with
skill.
the right intention and it's a good skill you think for yourself which nobody else understands why you are doing, you
Mm.
just have to follow your gut. For sure someday it will come in handy though. I mean, I'm learning aviation now. I bought all the aviation gear with me. I know how to take off in an Airbus plane, Boeing, commercial airliners.
Yeah.
So it's single engine, twin engine, all those things. Maybe one day I might say
Yeah. One day the plane and the pilot croaked or something, and then you gotta save everyone.
I
Do
don't
the
know.
classic.
I hope that day never comes, but yeah.
The classic thing that everyone who owns a flight simulator secretly wishes for.
Yeah, but I don't want that though. Fuck that. Oh my god, that will be fucking real shit, man. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, but you would at least feel a little bit
Yeah,
safer
yeah.
knowing
I
that.
know all about us. So fucking, it's a real simulation. Like,
Yeah, and you also told me like, oh, when you're learning this modeling skill, you were kind of upset by the fact that I'm kind of losing my progress in other skills.
like how to land the thing when it's a category 3 landing in a storm. How the fuck should I auto land the plane? I forgot because for the last 1.5 months I'm designing this thing. So now I'm losing that. So
It's just
soon, November
so
19th,
specific.
Microsoft Flight Simulator is gonna release. So probably I'll start designing before that, finish designing, and
Yeah.
then jump on that, and then
Fucking go hard on that for a little while.
yeah.
That's kind of funny though. It's just such a specific skill to be upset to losing,
Yeah.
like about losing
I
it.
feel seriously guilty though. I was like, fuck, you forgot that shit completely. No, that will take another. Because the thing is,
Yeah, it
it's
takes
not
time
easy.
to relearn.
Yeah, it's not easy though. It will take
Okay.
another week for me to get to the basics again. Okay, when I should change the pressure switches, when I should turn off the APU, how I should take off, taxi to the runway, how I should do the glide slope, like so many things, man. How to do a flight planning itself is a pain in the ass, actually. Just like you said,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
music notes, right? That same thing is so hard, dry.
Yeah, and that's
Reading flight charts.
and that's why you kind of got to do stuff that you like in the beginning, right? Because
Yeah,
if
the goal is to go from India to maybe Europe the same way I took a real flight and came. I want to emulate that. I am the
yeah,
pilot who took from Chennai to Poland and then to Berlin where I studied in Sweden. You see, I did
you
flew
want to do
all
all
over
those,
the
yeah.
really so cool. And then Paris Olympics happened. We just fly there. I don't know, simply.
Yeah, but if you started off with learning the most difficult flight path and stuff like that, planning,
Yeah.
and not just following the tutorial
Yeah.
dead on, you probably wouldn't have started with the flight plan to begin with even.
Exactly. The thing is, once again, I did the reverse. I started with the plane and then I was like, oh fuck, how the fuck flight planning work? Oh, how
Yeah.
should I read the flight charts? Oh, how should I learn the takeoff charts? How should I learn the cruise charts? How should I learn the approach plate? How should I learn the landing charts? So many things, man. It's like a billion things. This simulator, the aviation simulator, is like study level simulation. Real pilots are learning, are
Yeah.
training on that simply. Even though it's not a replacement for real life training, they
You can do it to keep your skills sharp in a way.
Yeah.
I guess.
Change the weather, fucking put a star
Yeah.
and then how do you land, like zero visibility. It's so cool though, those things.
Yeah, do they do like landing without seeing
Yeah.
properly?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
only use instruments?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
I do that though. What I do is night landing. That's a simpler way because I'm still in the earlier stage. I haven't played with the weather too much yet because it's
Yeah.
already hard for me to do the normal thing only because I have like
Just to
100
fly the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so many things, right? I have to do like 20-30 flights to get like, it's so easy,
Yeah, you need flight hours. How
And then
many
also,
hours do you have?
like,
How many flight hours?
I don't know, 40 hours, not so much,
Oh,
though.
okay.
Not so much though. Because I'm getting distracted with other things, right? All the time.
Yeah, that's another thing, by the way. You should probably like expect when you're learning a new skill. It's gonna be resisting a lot.
Yeah.
Even if you want to do it, you're still gonna manage to somehow get distracted and just fuck your shit up.
That's the point of this video.
Yeah.
Basically, like how much it will fuck your regular life in a way, good or
Yeah.
bad way. Like it could
And then-
be either you are doing drugs and wasting time, now you have a purpose, or you are just studying so hard, now
Yeah.
your grades are going down, but you are learning something new.
And you're like happy about it, kind of, but torn.
Yeah.
And like how long you have to suck. Like for example, I started over a year back now with playing an instrument. Now I know like 3 songs well on another instrument.
Yeah.
And just having to suck consistently for a year.
The same thing. This flight simulator, everybody thinks it's a game. It's so quick.
Yeah, I thought it was a
I
game.
am doing this for the last 4-5 years. I'm living in Europe for 6 years. The entire 6 years, I'm on and off learning this stuff. Because I was not consistent, I gave up at times. I just got busy with life and stuff. I forgot everything,
Yeah.
If I just stuck with it, I could have fucking gone somewhere.
For me, it was a pretty decent though, because I kind of made a vow in the beginning because I failed starting an instrument a number of times.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all reality that they won't know. That you guys think like I just bought the printer, money came magically, and then like immediately decide and then
Yeah.
it's like a movie. No.
No.
Fucking I chose Blender. I paid for a course. I hated it. I sucked and I almost gave up.
Exactly. But for me, it was many years back, constantly starting an instrument, failing at it, and giving up. So like from the age of 10, right? You just
Yeah.
kind of
Frustrated.
started,
Build up.
fuck it up, don't continue with it for like 2 years, start it again, fuck it up, don't continue, and then finally now, at the age of fucking 21, I guess it was when I started, you do it like consistently every day. So there's a bunch of apps for it though. Soundbrenner is one that I recommend, simply because it has a daily streak, so if you don't do something every day, 5 minutes every day is still okay, that's still a win.
Most skills, right? You just spend half an hour, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's
Yeah,
more than-
initially, especially when it comes to something like acoustic guitar or any string instrument, it's gonna hurt physically to press the things.
Same way
It
for
shreds your
boxing,
fingers.
though.
Yeah,
boxing,
exactly.
you cannot walk after boxing for first
Yeah, your
you go to
knuckles
boxing,
just
you,
numb.
You cannot stand on your like this. What is that on your heel?
Yeah, no, not heel,
Toes on your
toes.
toe
Yeah,
like a ballerina, like kind of.
yeah.
You try to do that, here it will hurt. This entire calf is gone, basically calf.
The medical term for that muscle would be the gastrocnemius
Oh
muscle.
really?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the calf muscle, right?
Calf muscle. That's
There's
good enough.
multiple muscles, but the biggest
Yeah,
one would be
and
the
of course
gastrocnemius.
my quads and hamstrings are strong doing other stuff, but you just do boxing, you'll be surprised, dude. I cannot even lift my leg.
Yeah, yeah, and there's stuff like that, and just even if you're consistent, you will suck for a year plus, and sucking at something for a year is really it takes a
Mm,
toll. So just expect it and kind of appreciate that rather. It's a
yeah,
part of it rather. It's a necessary part of it, and if you're not doing that, you will not be able to, I guess, continue with it. You see,
yeah.
you won't be able to play a song within a week when you unless it's a really easy song, or for you, you won't be able to do like a spin kick the first week.
So
You
the
can try, but you'll
yeah,
look stupid the entire time,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, but that's what the thing is. That's why when you pick a skill, you make sure you really like it. Otherwise, you will hate it. You will
Yeah,
give up. Obviously, if you know that's a skill for you, just persist. Okay, you will suck for years, months, weeks. I went to martial arts. I got my ass beat for months.
yeah. I remember in the first year, you went
Yeah.
to the gym, and every week you got your ass handed to you.
It's like paying and getting yourself beat. You'll go to a jiu-jitsu class, a 50, 60-year-old man will
Mm.
ragdoll you. You cannot do shit. And then you go to a boxing Muaythai class, a 16-year-old school kid will punch the shit out of you. You cannot do anything again. You will realize how
Yeah,
fucking
how
useless.
how embarrassing is that?
Like
A
old
16-year-old kid.
category, young category, both beat the shit out of me, and I'm stronger than both of them. Like,
Yeah, and you still lose every time.
yeah,
And it's kind of funny. And yeah, because I never even thought about it. It's good that you mentioned that. You get beat by the old people that shouldn't beat you, but you
yeah.
also get beat by like 16-year-olds.
Prodigies. Yeah, you
Yeah.
get fucking humbled, you know. Yeah.
So getting beat by kids is a different kind of humbling though, because it's like I can't even blame. I can't even pull the at least
You
on
can
the other
only
people.
blame yourself, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
because
oh, I suck. You
the
know.
older people, you'd be like, oh, they got more experience. It's only because of that. But with the younger ones, no, they'll still beat you up. They might actually have more experience
The
than you,
experience, right? Once again,
but
yeah.
still, it's
The amount of time you put in. That's all. Simple as that. It's directly proportional to how good you are, right? Like kind
yeah,
of consistency with respect to any skill. Yeah. So that's it, guys. We
yeah.
wanted to talk about picking a skill and learning a new skill.
And
So,
then
yeah.
why you're learning it, and just how putting it into perspective, how
How
long
to survive and how much we are struggling even today and will struggle, but you still keep
continually.
going.
Yeah, and just putting it into perspective, how long you have
Yeah.
to suck before it starts doing anything at all, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
that's it. Outro thing. We have to
So,
do it.
if you guys are interested in talking about the education system, we have a cool video coming up. So
Mm.
please do check out that. And if you are interested in the US elections and how we successfully predicted it, do check out our previous videos.
Mm.
And consider subscribing, and we are improving every time.
Yeah.
Our way of recording and talking and stuff. None of these things are scripted. We just choose a topic and rant.
Yeah,
But
that's
still
what
we
we most
rant like in stuff that we know for the most part, like
Somewhat.
experience, somewhat. So yeah,
That's all.
yeah. See you.
So see you.